Everyone, it's Thrifty. We're back again. Hopefully it's gonna work this time. Couple. Right, back. Hopefully it's gonna work now. If it messes up again, I'm just gonna switch to Hollow Knight. Hogsmeade, but I don't know if that's where we're gonna be, or if we're gonna be back where we were before. We're trying to sell stuff to get potions. We need to learn a new spell or something. As the game goes, I've been trying to do side missions too, but we're not really in a spot with. Learn that charm to unlock locks. We'll be able to get in a bunch of places. Course one. All set will prepare you for most combat scenarios. Hey Frank.
Hogsmeade,
Thank
here I
you for
come.
wishing me happy birthday. Appreciate it. For sure. Focus potion or maximum endurance potion simultaneously.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Um, sure, Frank, if you want.
Hello there. In the market for potions, are we?
Yeah, hopefully.
What can I do for you today?
Maxima. Don't have enough for all of them. Anything to sell? Does it show the ones that we're wearing too? This, yeah, these are the ones that we're wearing. Right? Let me
I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
get some. Gotta look at my stuff. The heck I'm wearing or not? I don't think it shows. I think it shows both. Okay, it doesn't show the ones you're wearing. I think. Oh, that's better. Better. Those. Not even going by like. Can't really go by looks on stuff. Whatever. You're just going by the armor on them. That's good. It doesn't show the ones that we were wearing then, I don't think. Oh, jeez. Lovely. Have a room of requirement to see that. Huh. All some of the stuff.
What can I do for you today? Very good. Never hurts to keep my stocks replenished.
All the stuff we don't need, I guess. Keep those, 'cause they are.
I hope
Oh.
to see you again.
Buy
Farewell for
stuff.
now.
These need Maxima, Edurus, Focus.
What can I do for you today?
Oh,
A wise decision. Thank you.
Focus. Do we need to buy the focus one or we need to do the focus?
I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Oh, acquire and use. Okay. Yeah, just buy it.
What can I do for you today? A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Uh,
Revelio.
Belio. Belio. Um. You have two at the same time. What? Got three things, right? Oh. Collection. so you have to hit tab and then assign it. What the How can you use more than one at once? Just simultaneously, that'd mean the same time. Unless it's just use them and
Excellent.
they look like stone. They'll be weirded out. Alright, Frank, that's fine. The 10 potions. Sure. Ten potions. I guess you.
Everybody grab a broom, and we shall get started. Mr. Clopton, your attention, please.
Sorry, Madam Kagawa.
Everyone, please welcome a new student to our flying class.
Hello.
The goal of today is to remind all of you how to maneuver on a
Alright, Frank, I'll
broomstick
check them out after the
safely,
stream.
as broom flight is, first and foremost, a means of transportation. This, I fear, some of you have forgotten. Diving, rolling, and loop-the-loops will not be taught or in fact tolerated in this class. We'll leave that to professional Quidditch players, like the Toyohashi Tengu. Not a fan, I take it? Now, let's see how well everyone kept up with their practice over the summer holidays.
Like, oh,
For
we've
those who need
never
a refresher,
practiced.
step up to your broom, say up, firmly and clearly, Then kick your leg over and rest your weight on the seat. Up! Thank you. Now, your turn.
Up,
Up.
up, you stupid ratty school broom.
Up.
Hey, we got it.
One leg over, so there's a leg on each side. None of that side saddle nonsense. A gust of wind will throw you right off. And if you hear my whistle while you're in flight, ground yourself at once.
Oh no.
Good. Now, for your first lesson, fly through each ring in the courtyard. Do take care. The brooms are school property. I want them returned in one
I think
piece.
I'm getting the hang of this. Wish I had my own broom.
Eee. Like goes so slow.
Well done. Now that you're acclimatized to your broom, let's see how well you manage with a more advanced exercise, shall we?
Boy. Go, Chad. Do it now.
This next set of rings will take you around the grounds for more of a challenge.
What have you?
Hello!
I'll go back down.
day for a flight!
Oh no. Okay. Oh, I'm trying to.
The old boathouse. Wish you could have experienced crossing the lake as a first year.
Oh. Pretty neat.
Whoa! Our aquatic resident likes to make an appearance once in a while.
That wasn't too bad.
Oh, well done! Have a moment? I say, I watched you fly through those rings. You seem to handle yourself on that dusty school broom well enough. I'd imagine you're ready for something a bit more challenging.
No.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. We met in the common room. I'm Everett Clockton. So, care to join me for a bit of high-flying fun?
Thank you, Frank CFE, for the happy birthday. I appreciate it. Let's see. You might as well. We ain't no chicken.
Can't say no to that. What did you have in mind?
A bit of a detour, so to speak. Follow me.
No, we're probably gonna get in trouble.
The tour is about to begin. Follow closely now. Right now, we're flying over the Transfiguration Courtyard. Lovely as ever. Let's hope the headmaster isn't having tea by the window today.
Up.
Nice to get above it all, isn't it? Ahead of the gardens, the Hufflepuff common room windows just peek out. Bit claustrophobic for my taste.
How is Everett flying so quickly?
Here's something handy to know. Lean forward for a burst of speed. Helpful if you need to escape a tricky situation.
that's more like it.
You sure you're not part hippogriff? There's the famous bridge. Think of all the magic holding it up. I mean, look at it. And the owlery. That's a bit of solid architecture, isn't it?
Flying tips and
It's pretty cool getting to see everything flying around.
That's Kagawa's whistle. This concludes our tour. Let's hurry back.
Woo!
Looks like she's already dismissed class. Better hurry and hand in our brooms. Dismount here.
And where have you two been?
Oh, hello, Professor. We were trying to get a bit of extra practice in.
Hefty points will be taken from each of you for not following my instructions. Mr. Clopton, I am disappointed in you. You're in this class because you're still not showing yourself, or frankly, your broom the proper respect.
Uh-oh.
But, Professor...
Enough. Class is finished for the day. As for you, you do well to use better judgment in the future. Chin up. That was some rather good flying.
Hey, Jaquan. I'm doing good. How are you doing
Sorry
today?
about that business with Kagawa, but you have to admit, those views were worth it.
When that one's done, I'll give you a shout out, Jaquan.
It was worth losing a few house points for that detour.
You seem at home on a broom. Bet if you had a fancy model, you could fly laps around Imelda. She's Kagawa's favorite. I could show her a thing or two if I had my own broom. Hate having to return the school broom after class.
Perhaps I'll have to purchase a broom then.
If you can, you should. Wish
Get
I
in trouble
could.
on my birthday.
I recommend visiting Albie Weeks at Spintwitches in Hogsmeade. He's always looking to test new models. I'll keep an eye out for you in the sky.
Let's just plus. Where's the potions class? Show me if I have to. Color. Making some progress, chat. What's everybody up to on this Monday? Have a whole lot planned or anything. It's glad it's not real cold today. Like in the 40s. Yeah, it's 48 degrees.
Please meet me in the 7th floor corridor as soon as you can. I have an idea for somewhere you can focus on your studies, away from prying eyes and distractions.
Concentrate on potions when Professor Sharp is so intimidating.
How are your assignments coming along?
I completed your assignments, Professor.
Good. You should be ready to learn Depulso. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander. You've got it now. If you'd like to practice, and I think you should, perhaps best not to go flinging your classmates about the halls. I suggest having a go at the enchanted books here.
Kills many types of objects and enemies with considerable force. It deals no direct damage to foes. Enemies and objects alike can be launched into each other. Destructive results, also useful for pushing and spinning objects for a variety of purposes. Okay. Alright.
Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined to master your spellcasting.
Jeez.
Still at it, I see. Well, repetition can be an excellent teacher.
Did that now? Easily. Oh, the room of requirement. Nice. Professor Weasley has requested I meet her in the 7th floor corridor of the Astronomy Tower. This is an odd location for a meeting. I wonder what she wants. Okay. Seems like restarting the computer might have fixed it.
Oi, can you help me?
Arthur, you needed Arthur.
Hello? Were you calling me?
I was, yes. Thought you might be interested in joining me for a bit of an adventure. Following a treasure map, to be precise. Slight respite from battling the odd troll, I should think. Asked Poppy if she'd be interested as well, but couldn't drag her away from her puffskein. I found 2 maps lying about, both leading to locations around Hogwarts. Care to have a look at one?
Following a Hogwarts treasure map. Count me in.
Wonderful. Hogwarts fascinates me. You can keep whatever treasure lies at the end of your map. I'll be satisfied just knowing where it leads.
Hmm.
Very well. I shall take a look if I can find the time.
Fair enough. Meet me back here if you find anything.
There's by one of the corridors outside. You have to explore. It's showing me where to.
Professor, do you have time to chat?
I always have time for my students. How may I help you?
I wondered if I might ask how long you've been teaching at Hogwarts.
Well, it's been what now? 7 swift years. Time does fly because we have fun. Essential, in my opinion. An eager, positive, and confident mind is the most open to knowledge, I find.
Some of the professors may not agree with your approach.
Well, each of us has our own style, I suppose. Some in the teaching field believe that hard work and dedication are the only keys to success. But they forget what drives those things. If one cannot fathom why some would expend energy on gobstones, then one is blind to the enormous power of play.
And that's why you teach the way you do.
Precisely. I strive to be the sort of professor that I would have enjoyed in school. My experience was less cheerful.
Fortunate, or perhaps it made you who.
Perhaps you wouldn't be who you are without that experience.
Had I received a more traditional education, well, enough about my student days. You are here now, and it would be a shame if you didn't enjoy it.
I'll do my best, Professor. Thank you for the advice.
You are most welcome. Try to have a bit of fun today. Huh?
My mother sent me a howler after I got a call from my
I don't have Accio. There you go. Here, but
owls, fascinating.
What are you up to now?
do that quest right now. One. ran down this many steps, I'd fall. Know that for a fact. Maybe it's oh. Here?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Let's go.
Complete the tasks I've given you, and then meet me in my classroom to learn Defindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed.
Come now, Annabelle. It was a long time ago. Get away from me.
Ghosts that are yelling at each other. There it is.
Huh. A rhinoceros skeleton. I'm on the right track.
Okay. Where is our map? Inventory selection. Oh, look at it. Mine is facing this way, and it shows the stairs right beside. Those stairs right there. Arthur's. Portrait of a building. Nope. Not that one either. Thank you, Moody Abigail, for the alert. The work is going well. Outside. Ah, okay.
There's the fountain. I'm getting closer.
But the door behind it? Yeah.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant? This stairwell looks promising.
Do you think? Oh my gosh.
Revelio.
Oh, stairs then. Oops, all they do is scream at each other. Urn of Ashes. This particular urn is rumored to have once borne the inscription Pioneer in Dragon Taming. Not as started with the Hungarian Horntail.
Revelio.
Lumos.
Lumos.
There's it.
This looks like the portrait from the map. Now, where's the treasure? Aha! There was a doorway hidden within the portrait.
Nice.
I wonder what came of Arthur's search.
Arthur. We don't have to walk that whole way again. After that, Moody have
If you lean forward on your broom just right.
moved.
Find anything yet?
Hello, Arthur. Thought you might like to know that my map led to a doorway hidden within a portrait.
Oh, how clever! Mine led to the boathouse. Barely found the treasure before I saw the headmaster coming. He shooed me out of there, but not before I got a few galleons richer. What did you find?
I found what I believe is an authentic historian's uniform.
Oh, that's lucky. Seems as though we both had success. Glad I enlisted you to join me. Well, on to the next Hogwarts mystery. Wonder if a quick rummage round Weasley's office might yield anything interesting.
Oh. Another 10 seconds, it says. And we'll have it typed out, that ready to read. Thing where we work on. Oh, room.
Professor Weasley? Somewhere away from prying eyes.
Oh, that's cool.
Forgive me, the headmaster stopped me and I... Merlin's beard. I see you've wasted no time. Well done. Shall we?
After you, Professor.
Oh wow.
What is this
All the
place?
stuff.
This is the Room of Requirement. It only appears when one is in real need of it. Ordinarily, a student might stumble upon this room entirely by accident. If ever. I'd only planned to suggest to you how to find it by walking past that bit of wall, focusing on what you need. But you've managed to reveal the room on your own. While I'm here, we should take advantage of the moment. Now, where is Deke? He must have sneaked past and gone ahead.
Deke, Professor?
The house elf I was speaking to in my classroom your first day. Thought he might help you use the room once you found it.
Hey, Spaceman Quay, thank you for the happy birthday. Neat. Be useful to have something like this so you could just like, you know, put your junk that you don't really need in there. Any storage or anything.
There's no chance I'm clambering over this mess. This presents the perfect opportunity to teach you Evanesco, the vanishing spell. You can cast Evanesco to vanish certain objects, such as these chairs and other things here in the room. I suggest you practice the wand movements first, then you can clear the chairs away.
No, I don't really have anything fun planned for the day or anything. We went to Red Lobster on Saturday, so that was more my birthday thing. Okay.
Splendid. Now, cast Evanesco on those chairs. Excellent work. You'll note that you are now in possession of Moonstone. We shall discuss its uses later. Let's move on.
Okay.
Where in Merlin's name is that elf? Is that... Goodness. My old school bag. I wondered where that had got to. I can't believe it's still here. I'll just take a quick look at this. Give you an opportunity to explore on your own until we locate Deke.
Yes, Professor.
Dear me. Revelio. Keep it down. Some of us are trying to rest.
would it open? Or was that the step up? Shoot. Why did I move it out too far? I moved it out too far. Get forward. No, not back. Ugh. Move. Get up there. Oh. I was able to somehow. Okay. Oh.
Revelio.
Egg. Back you.
Leviosa.
Here. Okay.
Revelio.
Hope this isn't as precarious as it looks.
An intruder! Stop them!
Revelio.
No, not... that's not helpful, you worthless pile of tin!
Defended the room, thought I needed a bath. Cheeky. Oh my gosh.
Revelio.
How does anyone other than a house elf manage to get around in here? What was that? Was that a golden snitch?
Perhaps you should summon your wits and find out.
Over here.
Revelio.
Where's robe?
Revelio.
I hope that house elf can find us in here.
So.
Yikes! Careful!
Huh? Oh, there you are. Wait right there. Deke will come to you. Hello.
Ah, Deke, we've been looking for you.
Apologies, Professor Weasley. Deke was looking through some of what's appeared in the room since Deke was last here. Is this the student?
Indeed it is.
Deke is honored to meet you.
Deke has been a friend since I was a second year. We discovered this room together. I mentioned you to Deke. We believe that you might be able to benefit from this room like I did. Deke, would you be so kind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. The Room of Requirement will always be equipped for the Seeker's needs. It's unplottable, so won't appear on any map. Most happen upon it by accident, if ever. Deep-seen students in need of an extra file for potions stumble upon the room filled with them. You seem to have accessed it in its form as the Room of Hidden Things.
I was thinking about needing a place away from prying eyes. Brilliant.
Oh, that explains it then.
What I need specifically is a place where I can catch up on my schoolwork without distraction.
Well then, the room can provide you with precisely that. Now, it's time to focus on what you need. Just close your eyes. Imagine the room precisely as you need it. The room will do the rest.
Alright, Twisted. Have a good sleep. That's pretty cool.
You've given yourself quite a canvas to work with. I look forward to seeing what you do with the space. Ah, and it seems the room has provided you with a desk of description. Excellent. It can identify unfamiliar items of clothing. One should always understand the effects of anything in which one is clothed.
You have unlocked the desk of description. Use it to reveal the magical properties of any unidentified gear that you've collected. And cloak, nocturne, teal, ensemble.
You'll find plenty of items of clothing that need to be identified. The desk will be an invaluable resource.
Items real quick. See if we have anything that's better.
I imagine the desk of description will come in handy.
It will. I hope you'll take advantage of it. Now, I'll give you a brief lesson in conjuring. The room might not provide everything you need on its own.
Conjuring?
Yes, the magic of creating or conjuring objects. I'll teach you.
Learn all kinds of spells today.
Very good. When conjuring more complex objects, you'll need what's called a spellcraft. Spellcrafts are like recipes. They list the ingredients or resources needed to conjure a particular object. You should have acquired some for a potion station and potting table from tomes and scrolls in Hogsmeade.
I did. Where can I find the resources I need?
While resources such as moonstone can be obtained throughout the Highlands, it's much safer and easier to purchase them. They can also be collected by vanishing objects in the room, such as the chairs you vanished earlier. In fact, you should have enough resources for now.
I see. Can I regain resources by vanishing something I've already conjured?
You can indeed. Quite perceptive. Why don't you give it a try? Go ahead and conjure the potion station and potting table. You should find both familiar since they'll resemble the ones you've already used. To study magical plants and brew potions in class.
Potting table. Look like to look at them. Oh, okay, so you can go over and look at them.
Well done. You can use these whenever you need to brew potions or grow plants. Presuming, of course, you've collected any seeds or potion ingredients you need in Hogsmeade or outside the castle grounds. Deke will be here to answer any questions you may have. Do not underestimate his insights.
I will be sure to speak with Deke if I need anything. Thank you.
Good luck. I shall linger a bit longer in case you'd like to learn another transfiguration spell for use in the room.
Press complete room of requirement. And we might as well learn the other one since we're here.
I'm ready for the next lesson, Professor.
Very well. First, you'll need to gather some moonstone. You can acquire it by vanishing items here in the room of requirement, or you can gather it carefully outside of the Hogwarts
I already
grounds.
have a bunch.
Return to me once you've gathered enough, and we shall begin the lesson.
I have the moonstone you requested, Professor.
Good. Then we may begin your lesson. You can conjure more than potions and herbology tables. Conjuration can be used to decorate this space to your liking. Why don't you try it on the walls and floor?
Oh, so that's why we need all the stone, because we can decorate this room. All decoration. Decoration. I can't do most of this stuff. Then couches. What are the choices?
Good work. Shall we move on?
Leonard. Why? I hope's lost. I can't move it. Fine. But later.
I've conjured everything I can. What's next, Professor?
I think you're ready to take on alteration. The altering spell will allow you to customize any conjured item. You can change the colors, patterns, and styles of your furniture to suit your taste. Let's get started, shall we? Watch closely as I demonstrate how to perform the altering spell.
So many spells.
Just aim your wand at any conjured item and perform the altering spell to customize it.
Doesn't really let you customize too much. Oy. They keep doing that. Don't want me to move the table, I guess. I already moved it, maybe. No, not the floor. Doing that. Giant room and just all this little stuff. Oh, I have to choose. Put a rug and then oh. Ugh. rug. Other thing died. Not click properly. 2 candlesticks. Account.
I have some questions about alteration, Professor.
What
Yes?
questions? I thought.
Thank you, Professor. I have no more questions.
I'll be here if you need anything else.
It would just be this.
Nicely done. Now you're ready for something a little more advanced. You can use the altering spell directly on the room's architecture. Try these
Boy.
new designs on the floor or balcony. Try aiming at the floor or at that balcony whilst using the altering spell. Your space might benefit from a bit of ambiance, don't you think? Deke, would you mind?
Of course, Professor Weasley. Professor Weasley showed Deke this bit of magic some years ago. Deke thinks you'll enjoy it. Come and talk to Deke when you're ready.
Professor Weasley said I should ask you about changing the room's ambiance.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
Moonlight, natural and earthy, dark and
I would like the room to feel as if it's being lit by the moon.
Oh, sounds perfect.
If you don't like it, can you change it? Oh. That's... Oh. Don't like it. I want...
Quite a difference. Of course, you needn't keep this style if you don't like it. You can always ask Deke to change it back. Now you have learnt a good bit about alteration.
Thank you, Professor. The room is full of possibilities.
Indeed. No matter how much time I spend here, the room always manages to surprise me. An even bigger space.
How did that happen?
The room equips itself to your needs. It must have sensed that you needed more space to practice spellcasting. If you'd like to customize the space further, you can use these spellcrafts. You'll find more of them both inside and outside the school.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep an eye out.
Good. I'll leave you to it. This is your space now. Use it wisely.
That in Hogsmeade too? Probably. Yeah, hurry up. Rah, rah, rah. It's at Hogsmeade. I think it'll just wait till it's daytime if it's closed. Hopefully.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Ah, new face. Wonderful.
Revelio.
No. Men's Witches Sporting Needs, run by the amiable Albie Weekses. The shop sells all manner of wizarding sporting goods, including the latest room models. Gossip around town is that Albie himself is working on a number of room enhancements.
Hello, Mr. Weeks, is it?
Albie Weeks at your service. Welcome to Spintwitches. Apologies if you came by before and weren't able to come in. Shop's been closed since trade routes were disrupted. Had to travel as far as London to meet with my supplier. And I've only just returned, thankfully with inventory. I presume you're in the market for a new broom? Got a few rare U-weavers available. Ember Dash, Silver Arrows. Wind Wisps too. No matter what broom you choose, you'll be pleased. They're all exceptional, both in quality and performance.
Look.
Sounds quite the array of brooms. I'll have a look around, thank you.
What are we looking for today?
This one looks like a heat.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. Thanks for stopping by. Whilst nearly any broom will certainly be a step up from the practice brooms in Kagawa's class, they all have their limitations. You seem to be a flyer who might be interested in, say, some enhancements?
Go on.
Ha! Knew I was right about you. I think you'll be quite happy with the performance of any broom at lower altitudes. But you may notice that speed consistency tends to falter as you rise. I believe I can remedy this issue. I have some ideas for enchantments, upgrades, if you will, that will improve the performance of any broom you fly. What I need is someone to conduct a broom flight and report back to me so I can perfect the upgrades. As it happens, another Hogwarts student, Imelda Reyes, is using abandoned broom courses for time trials. Clever girl. An ideal
Clever
situation
girl.
for collecting flight statistics. If you were to compete for the best time and succeed, then report back to me with how your broom behaved, I could complete work on my first upgrade. What say?
Why not?
That sounds intriguing. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. It'll be worth your while. If I'm right, the new upgrade ought to enhance brooms in every regard. And I can give you a special price. The time trial should be a bit of fun too. Go to the Quidditch pitch and Imelda Reyes will sort you out. Once you've beaten Imelda's time, be sure to let me know.
Okay. Partners prohibit flying. Look for the no-fly icon. Okay.
Can't help but admire Mr. Weeks' enthusiasm.
Dear. More gloves. Oh. Sell our extra stuff. I don't ever run out of space.
What are we looking for today? Nice doing business with you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Need to practice outside. Oh. Do this time trial. I don't know how well I'll be able to do it. I think we've been there yet. I'm going my own way.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Oh. Not gonna be any Quidditch. No. No Quidditch.
Oh, Black hadn't cancelled it. We wouldn't be looking at the blasted things. Hey you, Ravenclaw.
Imelda Reyes? Albie Week sent me.
Did he now? Still tinkering with his broom upgrade, no doubt. I tried to help him once. He nitpicked my flying technique, and that was the end of that. The nerve. Why is he roping you into his broom testing silliness? You've barely started flying from what I know. Caught wind of you showing off in flying class with Clopton.
Not what happened. You sound jealous. Yes.
I don't know what people have said, but I certainly wasn't showing off.
Tell that to the rest of the school. But it doesn't matter. Everyone
Everyone
knows
thinks
that
we're
class
show-off,
is
I
only for
guess.
beginners, troublemakers, and bumbling baboons. But for some reason, now people think you're competition. Ugh, I can't be having that.
Perhaps I am competition.
You're not even Slytherin. Could be a useless squib for all I know. Enough of this. Only one way to find out who's the better flyer. I hold one of the fastest times on this course. Let's see if you can beat it. Slytherin versus Ravenclaw.
Actually, why not? I can beat your record.
I'm so looking forward to seeing you lose.
Boy, I gotta remember the buttons again now, chat.
Did it! Now that's more like it.
Oh, I messed up already.
Could have done better. Ah, success!
It's a 22. Jeez. Well, I don't think we're gonna get on the first try, that's for sure.
Brilliant! Made it! This is rather fun.
Yeah.
Brilliant. This is rather fun.
Too fast. Let's say she don't go that fast if I was able to be. time. Now we're enemies.
Ugh, that's not. You must have cheated. Ugh. Fine. You won. Don't think this is over. You can't determine skill from one single trial.
Surely my win means something.
You're not terrible, but you're still going to have to prove yourself if you want to earn my respect.
I don't want your respect. All right.
Challenge accepted then.
Perhaps you have what it takes after all. We shall see. But don't get your hopes up. The next course near Irondale offers a much tougher challenge. You can try to prepare by racing this course again. Just check in at the podium, where the leaderboard is. You can check your time and start the race. We'll see next time if your win here was more than just a fluke. Whilst on an errand for Albie Weeks.
Let's see. Turn to the podium to challenge other. Turned it out.
I suspect Mr. Weeks will be glad to hear how I fared.
Okay. Oh, we were on the hog. And then I have a restroom.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, you're back! With something to report, I hope?
Mr. Weeks, I was able to set a record on my broom.
Incredible! Miss Reyes must have been shocked. Tell me, how was the broom?
A little turbulent and is wanting for a bit of speed, but it fared well enough. I will say that it tended to drift a bit to the left on certain turns. Heard a slight swoosh when I dipped.
Oh, thank you. That's precisely what I needed to know. Drifted, eh? I shall get to work immediately. Even the naysayers will be forced to admit that my work's had potential all along.
I'm excited to hear more.
I have a very good feeling about this upgrade. I guarantee you'll be pleased. Expect to hear from me soon. How to address the issue of altitude as it relates to speed?
Another level, maybe? Yeah. Alright, chat. I'm gonna go use the restroom and I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, chat, I am back. I got my headband back on the right spot. What are we working on? Go back to the school, huh? Really? I grabbed myself a Cliff Bar to and got the potions guy. I don't know it.
Good thing the ministry banned underage.
Historically speaking.
Might as well go do it now. We're right here.
Welcome. Do let me know if I can be of any assistance at all.
Delivery.
Hello, Mr. Pippin. You need help with a delivery?
Yes, I do. A capable student such as yourself should have no trouble making the trip to Cambridge. It's just south of Hogwarts.
What do you need delivered?
Fatima Lawang ordered a few invisibility potions. I used to go myself, but lately Fatima has taken to turning every visit into an argument. Constantly complaining about the quality of my stock. But how can I maintain excellence when she orders so often, giving me no time to brew? If you take this rather irritating task off my hands, I'd happily allow you to claim the delivery fee from Fatima.
I'd be happy to help with the delivery.
You've no idea how grateful I am, truly. Here are the invisibility potions she requested. Hopefully she won't give you too much trouble. She's a talented potioneer in her own right. I dare say I wouldn't mind having a look at her potion recipes one day.
Imagine it's shown us the way.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Allie. Jogging. There's
Revelio.
here.
No, I swear I won't be wasting your time, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, ever so.
Come on then, what you got?
It's
Or is it moving?
What? I bet.
Your bag.
Hogsmeade Station Ticket Office. The station stood here since the early 1800s when Minister Magic Adeline Gamble acquired a steam engine train to transport students to Hogwarts. The station appeared in Hogsmeade virtually overnight, just after the train did. The operation involved using a lot of memory charms on Muggle workers, largest mass concealment charm ever performed in Britain. Back on the other side.
Go on then, show him to me.
No, I would never waste your.
Need to go down. And up. Or moonstone. Well, since a bit later. I don't think we have a quicker way we could have went. I don't really know.
Revelio.
I don't think so, because you're not allowed to fly everywhere. I guess I could try. Wait. Oh, heck. Oh, maybe we can. Guess we get in trouble, oh well. Be a little bit quicker. There's some areas where you can't fly. Hopefully this isn't one of them. Yeah, thanks. I think eventually you get a you can like ride other animals too. Hippogriff. Uh-oh. What was that question mark? Something evil? Ah. Wrong button. Oops. Hopefully there'll be blue powders.
Oh, here's a pleasant surprise.
Wait. Something to fight there. Fight us. Merlin trial. This one. That. Oh, it's a fight. I did. More. Okay. Eat the spiders.
Cursed fiends.
Yo, Frini. Right. Try Leviosa.
Levioso. I should investigate.
Lumos. All ones you lose. Got any of those? Or maybe we don't have it yet.
Incendio!
I think that was it.
Incendio!
I think we have what we need.
Lumos.
Ew. Alright. And the Merlin trial.
I know what that means. Merlin trial.
This one.
Revelio.
Wonder who lives here.
Always like that, Pippin.
Oh. Complains all the time, don't they?
Madame Luong? I have a delivery from J. Pippin's Potions.
Ha! Sent a child to do his work for him, did he? Always cutting corners and taking the easy way out. Did he have you brew them for him as well? Doesn't matter. You could probably do it better than he can anyway.
Here are the potions you requested.
You think it's so simple? I know Pippin is always trying to cheat his customers. Cutting corners to save some galleons for himself at the expense of quality. You'll not be getting a canut out of me until you prove the potion works. Drink it.
Seems simple enough. I'll do it.
I should think so.
It seems to have worked.
Well, I suppose that will do.
If the demand for potions is as high as you say, have you considered being easier to work with? Perhaps combining your recipes and skills?
Not a chance. That ne'er-do-well had his shop handed to him. The rest of us had to make our own way. I'll not give him the benefit of my hard work and gumption. If he fails on his own, so be it.
Very well. I shall let Mr. Pippin know I delivered the potions as requested.
You do that.
I should be going now. Thank you.
Kinds of stuff on here.
Revelio.
Tilted house. Locals call this a tilted house due to the odd angle at which it sits, wrapped in the roots of the overhanging tree. Yeah, I guess it is tilted a little bit. What's in here? Oh. Go back. Weird. Oh.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Come on in. Healing potions are a speciality here, should you need any.
I delivered the potions to Fatima Luang.
Very good. And did she cause you any trouble?
I can see why you didn't want to go. She was quite cantankerous.
I do truly appreciate your help. And at least it's done with.
It was a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Pippin.
Likewise. Worth every bit of that delivery fee to have someone capable deal with that witch.
Best of luck with your potions, Mr. Pippin.
Do take care.
Of Undercroft. Learn a curse with Sebastian. Hogwarts.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Over here.
Sebastian, it's been a while.
It has. Glad you received my owl. I have something to show you.
First, let me thank you for what you did in the library.
Of course. Scribner tried to give me detention, but I have ways out of these things.
Well, you took the fall for me, and that counts for something.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I did, but something was missing. I'm not sure here is the best place to discuss it.
Understood. We can talk more in a moment, in the Undercroft. Not even the professors know about this place. This way.
Oh, no. Oh.
There's a secret passage just here.
It's well disguised.
Oops, glitched. It's like folding when it shouldn't be. Very funny.
How did you find this place?
My friend, Ominous Gaunt. He named it the Undercroft. We used to play gobstones here all the time. With my sister, Anne. She loved that infernal game.
We should have gotten
What
more.
I wouldn't give
healing.
to lose to her again. I should tell you, I swore to Ominous I would safeguard this place. So please, keep this between us. He never confides in anyone. But he's trusted me since the day we met. I wouldn't want to jeopardize that. We used to sneak in here almost daily. We've never been caught.
I think I've seen Ominous in potions. Or was it herbology? I've noticed that he uses his wand to navigate the castle.
He does. No idea how, though. Ominous was born blind, and no spell could reverse it. His wand seems almost sentient. Not surprising, I suppose. Ollivander always says, the wand chooses the wizard.
Is that how he found this place?
No, someone in his family knew about it. The Gaunts are full of secrets. I've never heard anyone else speak of it, and I've certainly never seen anyone else here. Again, mention this to no one, especially Ominous. He has no love lost for his family or their secrets, but this place is special to him.
Understood. But why does Ominous have no love lost for his family?
His father's family are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Obsessed with blood status, most of them. Ominous cannot abide them, as he'll be the first to tell you. Anyway, the Undercroft has been a perfect place to sneak off to, away from prying eyes, and even practice otherwise forbidden spells.
Really? Like what?
Like the blasting curse. Professors say it's not an appropriate spell to teach students.
A proper magical education ought to include all magic.
My thoughts exactly. A spell like Confringo is only truly dangerous in untrained hands. Such spells should be properly taught, not banned. To be fair, I'm admittedly partial to more fiery forms of magic, but you should learn it. I can teach it to you safely here. It may take a while to get the feel for it. Mimic my wand movement. The incantation is Confringo.
Very well.
Bingo. Bingo. No.
You're getting it. Ready to actually try it out? Stick to the targets, though. Best to keep the tact. Have a go at those candelabras. Both have their uses, but I think you'll find that a Confringo cast travels a bit farther than that of a spell like Incendio.
Confringo!
Nice work. How's it feel?
It's a tad hot.
You'll get used to it. That's it.
I think I've got it.
Well done.
I have to say, I enjoyed that.
The first time Ominous and I practiced Confringo, we singed our eyebrows.
I would have paid to see that.
I swore we'd never live it down. To this day, there's something about that spell that's addictive.
This is exactly the type of magic I've been hoping to learn.
There's more where that came from. Been practicing similar spells here for ages. Although, I didn't tell Anne and Ominous about every one. Haven't been here in some time. It's not the same without Anne.
I'm sorry about your sister. If there's anything I can do...
Perhaps when I next head to Feldcroft, you could come along. Meet Anne. She could use some cheering up.
Just let me know when, and I'll meet you.
Oh, she misses Hogwarts. She's been stuck at home with our guardian, Uncle Solomon. Unfortunately, you'll have to meet him too. Well, meeting a new student will be precisely what she needs.
I shall look forward to it.
Cheers. By the way, what was it you couldn't discuss out in the hall earlier?
I'm not sure where to start.
You said something was missing from what you found in the library. I assume it's to do with what you told me. About the Portkey, and Gringotts, and Ranrock.
Nothing gets past you. And yes, it is. As I'm sure you suspect, there is a bit more to all of this.
I'm listening.
You must promise to keep this between us.
I trusted you with knowledge of the secret Undercroft. You can trust me.
All right. I can see traces of ancient magic.
Ancient magic? I don't know what I was expecting you to say, but it wasn't that. What does that even mean?
Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I can see whispers of an old magic that hardly anyone else can. Fig and I think that Ranrock has somehow found a way to harness that magic's power.
Are you telling me that goblins may be wielding some sort of wizard magic?
That's what we're trying to find out.
And this ability of yours, does it allow you to wield this magic too?
I don't know.
Well, when you do know, tell me. I've been studying archaic forms of magic for ages. Perhaps we can help each other. In the meantime, with both Rookwood and Ranrock after you, I suspect a bit more time practicing the blasting curse is in order. Spend as much time here as you'd like. And remember, keep this place between us. When I head to Feldcroft, I'll send you an owl.
How many secret places in Hogwarts?
Hello, Sebastian. Wait.
Uh-oh.
You there? I can hear you.
Oh, hello. Ominous, isn't it? I believe we have potions together. And herbology?
I recognize that voice. Heard you talking to Gareth Weasley in potions class. You're the new 5th year. Did you just come from the Undercroft? How did you get in there?
Do we tell him, Chad, or we lie? Because... Oh no. He's gonna be mad. Okay.
That room's called the Undercroft. Ah, well, I was exploring and suddenly found myself in a strange passageway.
Don't lie to me.
Oh.
No one stumbles upon that room. Sebastian told you, didn't he? You breathe a word about this place to anyone, and not even your precious Professor Fig will be able to help you. My father is friends with the headmaster. I am not afraid to exploit that connection if I need to.
Like Draco.
Trust me, Ominous. I won't say a word. And Sebastian is a good friend. You shouldn't immediately assume the worst of him.
I don't need you to tell me about my oldest friend. Thank you very much.
Ominous, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Sebastian gets himself in enough trouble. He doesn't need your help. Sebastian is going to get an earful about this.
Now Sebastian's gonna be mad at us? Ugh. Do more of the regular quests. Oh. Dairy. Environment there. Got flying mounts. Eventually. Yes, hippogriff. Tyrant used a thunder brew potion against these.
Come and see me as soon as you can. I've returned from a rather unproductive trip to the Ministry, hoping your time has been more fruitful than mine.
I would like to teach you Wingardium Leviosa. It can be used to levitate objects for a short time. Once you've completed a few prerequisite tasks, do see me after class.
Oh, so Levioso and Wingardium Leviosa is a different thing. Now we have other things. Asset. Travel there.
Revelio. Leviosa.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Your friend, Mr. Ollivander, sent me an owl asking for help finding an heirloom wand that was stolen from him.
He did he?
And so I went to the owlery, like he said, and there were all these statues.
What do you mean, statues? In the owlery?
Yes, which led me to a secret hideout where I found Richard Jackdaw's ghost.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book.
I go, where's the book? Fence.
The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way, and a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves.
Lovely to see you both.
To think it was beneath us all this time.
So many secrets. Okay, that floor just looks like a huge pensieve. Or it's gonna do something. Oh, where'd he go? Oh.
This looks promising.
Whoa.
A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest. And, of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked. And this is my mentor, Professor Fig.
How you do, Professor Fig?
How you do?
And you, my young friend. See now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the Map Chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own. Do you recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who sees traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until perhaps now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look? I know that tower. It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
Is that the owl thing, or is that something else? Brought your own bag to the grocery store, but you left your chicken under the cart and wanted to make chicken tacos? Oh no! It was $7. Oh. I don't know, you could call the store and see if they found it, but if it was on a cart, somebody'd probably take it. Let's see.
Don't think I have. Perhaps your young friend is not as well traveled as you think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful, and do not tell anyone where you're going.
Tower. Traveled. Forest. Fly. One thing I do like with this, that there's new stuff to like discover. It's not all stuff you just know already.
It's time you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Potato! Rookwoods don't go down easy.
These rocks have seen better days.
Potato! Confringo! Incendio!
Incendio!
Probably not worth flying. We have to keep doing this. Play this. Oh, I don't know. Like spiders. Yuck.
Incendio! You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Yeah.
Over here.
Get any more health potions?
We're not alone.
We are not. Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen I can see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
Feels
like I've been at this for hours.
Quickly now.
Do whatever the professor
Stay
does.
hidden and cast Petrificus Totalis.
That spell?
Took you for a troll the other day.
Or, I suppose we could charge right into their mist. Oh.
I don't have time for this!
Levioso!
What button it is for that spell he was talking about?
Someone there? There must be something here. Ramrock says. Must be something here. Ramrock said so. Rather unwise coming back this way. Arrogant child! There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
Incendio!
Let's get this over with. I'll bury you in the deepest spot. I won't rest.
Revelio.
Revelio. Orders.
Search the tower and the
Directly from
surrounding
Ranrock.
area. Look for anything to
These
do with the
orders
names.
indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names? And why here?
What you find here could be the key to Goblin Kind finally taking its rightful place in the world, Ranrock.
I will draw blood. Deadly mistake, this. Your little magistrates won't distract me!
Many goblins have always been antagonistic towards wizard kind, but this is different somehow. Oh, I'm glad that's over. Let's head inside. Looks like we found the entrance.
It's more than mere coincidence that it's locked.
Oh no. Oh, here.
An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Revelio. I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Welcome to Sanbakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sanbakar's Tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Commanded to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
We're going to need to understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
Then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber. A reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry.
We just drank some random tea laying on the ground. Ew. Doesn't bother us though, I guess.
Revelio.
No. Yeah, I better change the bells a little.
Revelio.
Working. In the trial.
I've seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section.
Go.
Revelio.
Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around.
The bridge. Mind. Oh. Gonna fall down or something.
More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
Hey, Astro. Thank you so much. Give me a shout out here. I'm really liking it. I'm not usually one for like open world type games, but I'm liking it. Like that there's stuff that I don't know about, so it's exciting to play.
These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
What is? Oh. Yeah, it's not just the castle. Like you can go like around it to like towns by it and stuff.
These look familiar.
Yeah. made Mad Max and Just Cause. Nice. I didn't realize they made those. Oh. No. I knew it.
What did that burst of magic do? Perhaps I should examine things from both sides of the archway.
Oh, that. No. Line it up perfectly or it won't work. Make too much sense. Yeah, don't look, chat. Look away.
The room changes when I move in and out of the archway.
Yeah, I've just been wearing whatever has the most armor. Not really matching stuff or anything. It's like, oh, that's got a lot of points. I'll use it. At first, I was just wearing what looked nice, and then I was like, oh,
way out on one side.
That's not the way to
But when
go,
I pass
apparently.
Through the archway, it's blocked by a wall.
Yeah, I didn't realize at first the stuff even had the armor, so going around without it. All the way back around again. Oh, probably. It'd make too much sense if you made it easy. Make too much sense. There. There.
I can see a way out on one side, but when I pass through the archway, it's blocked by a wall. More statues.
It might be able to. I just haven't really fiddled with it that much, I guess. Ooh, look at that. Fancy Fabergé egg. I do everyone's favorite.
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic. But where?
The magic. But let's try. Here's here, and then you can just go through what you have. Oh, that one that has more. Or that one. One better? Nope. And then there's some you can only see in the room of requirement. That one's down. We got... These glasses have armor. Oh, they're the same ones, but more powerful. Okay. Come in here. Ow. Oh, it's over there. All right. Here you. Here you. Do you think you'll play this game eventually, Astro? As I say, I won't talk about it too much if you think you're going to. Like what's going on story-wise and stuff. Let me go back to that. Do something? Okay.
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different.
Oh, I think. Well, the whole thing with this is that your character can see ancient magic is like the whole thing of it. And you have to do these special trials
I need to see how the room
and stuff.
changes when I move in and out of the archway.
It's not that far. Jump down.
Seems
Oh,
I
I
ought
get
to
it.
explore this archway from both sides.
Next month, Resident Evil comes out. Yeah. I like that there's puzzles. A lot of games don't get too many puzzles.
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
Hopefully I can get it. Maybe. Yeah, I like puzzles as long as they're ones you can figure out on your own. Like, that aren't so difficult that gives you a headache.
I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
I just brought it back to where it was before. Ugh. Let go of it.
So that's it. I need to use both sides of the archway to get the platform to the other side of the bridge.
I heard you. Ugh. Okay. Here's the archway. Get.
So that's it. I need to use
Oh my
both
gosh,
sides of
quit
the
saying
archway
it.
to get the platform to the
Blah
other
blah blah
side of
blah
the
blah blah
bridge.
blah blah. Like 100 times saying the same thing. Like, I heard you. Feel like Arnold in that part. Like, shh.
I'll never get used to these floors.
Oh gosh. Ooh, that would make me sick. Oh, dude. Oh, there's another one. Oh. Got him. Doing way better than we were before, chat, because I was like dying. I mean, I was getting through it great. Yeah, it doesn't have Quidditch, but there is flying. So, yeah, the armor. That's probably it. Probably helping, I imagine. Oh. I go through there. Is there gonna be a floor? Ugh. Scared. Oh no. Okay, I think
Now to see what's changed on each side of this archway.
Oh, what? What the heck was that? It looked like the floor was there, and then it wasn't. Psyched me out. Chat, I'm gonna finish this trial and then I'll call it a day. How much? Wonder. Wait. There has to be something else I have to do then. What? It just shows it this time. Oh. That's... Oh. Like before, it just kept repeating the thing 100 billion times. Now it's not saying anything. Okay. It shows the floor. Why does it do? I don't get it. Definitely something. I'm doing something wrong. Okay. I get too annoyed, I can just call it a day here. Let's have to do something else, because that's not working. Oh, it might just be mirroring the other side, maybe? I don't know. It's weird. Either way, it's odd. Okay, got that. You see it on that side too. Oh shoot. Was I supposed to go? Wait. Okay, I can't go back. They go over there? Ah. Oh. Okay. Okay, no. Where do we go? Huh. That's... Went through it, didn't seem like it changed anything. Wait, whoa. Huh? What? If I messed that up by moving that. Definitely can't go back to... Huh.
Revelio.
Okay, so you can only see that through the mirror. Oh my gosh, that's like the most trippy thing ever. Don't like it. I don't. I'm supposed to be able to see it, to be able to give it. Yeah. Can't see those unless you're looking through. Different, 'cause that looks like a spiral. I'm pretty sure this is in the past, so it's like way before any of the people, but I think there's like relatives to people. But to be honest, I like it that way because I like being all like everything's new. Like to me, I think it makes it more exciting, honestly. Or wait. Oh, is this... Oh, I think it's mirroring. Okay, okay. So... I probably need to bring that over there. And then... Yeah, because... I think that's what that's doing. It's something with that. And I don't know if I can go through and jump up onto that. One way to find out. Which I can't jump up onto that. Over to that one. There we go. Hey. Good. Oof. Oh, that made me feel kind of sick a little bit. I do not like heights. Ugh. Even fake heights.
Revelio. We're gonna be fighting again. Goodness, health potion. Ugh. Ah. Don't like that. Oh. Nope.
Don't like the look of this.
Incendio.
2 health. Oh no. It's a big one. He's big. Shoot. Whoa. I don't think that even hit that. Don't seem like they're doing a whole lot. Seem like they're doing hardly anything. Why doesn't it hit it back? That's not fair. Oh, man. That was like very dramatic. I don't know if it'll give me my health back or my potions back. You know, let me see if it does. If it gives them back, I'll try again. If not, I'm gonna stop. Ew. More than that. I have to fight them all again. Ugh. You know what, chat? I'm just gonna stop there. Save this fight for next time. Save. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription there, for the sub. Astro? That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Leviosa. Manual saving is currently unavailable. What? Oh. What? Oh, thank you so much, Astro. You have a great day also. What the heck? Do I have to do this? I mean, it probably saved there either way, but...
Don't like the look of this.
I was so confused at first, too. There's like a attack called Levioso, and I thought it was the Wingardium Leviosa, and they changed something. But then you end up learning that, too, later on. I guess maybe I should save those things to throw at that big guy. Saved all my health. It pretty much seems like the same thing. But I couldn't tell you what's the difference. Doing better this time. Get him. Thank you. Hey, we did it.
What a relief.
Go back to see what all these are, Astro. The Transmorgraph pots are I think it's just lifting them up and smacking them with them. The pots. Yeah, there's like a dueling club you can be in too. And that was a good battle. Dumbledore and Voldemort. Yeah, got him. Good thing we got that Hogwarts, the Hogwarts Express. Hype. Ugh. The wobbly walkway again.
Another pensive.
Don't tell me there's more. If that's the case. Definitely gonna stop.
Revelio.
Hopefully it's just this. Like Arnold and Jingle All the Way when he's spinning around that thing. Ooh. Statue just cried a tear. Okay. Oh, and that's the other thing that's interesting. You're a fifth year in this, not you don't start out as a fifth year. Seems like you'd have a lot to catch up on.
My father isn't getting better. I
Earthbender.
don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace.
Yep, it's still going good.
Professor.
Had a big
You
fight
do so
with
much for your
statues.
father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, to use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm
Evil.
to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take.
Oh no. Not good.
Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morganach, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you'd accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
It's always the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher that ends up. They never permanently keep the role.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here.
To the map.
More crystallized stone. That must be the way back to the map.
Hey Rachel, thanks for the lurk. Oh, on the Switch. Well, if it's on the TV, I'm sure it'll be alright, but a little screen, I don't know. But I just know how Fall Guys runs on the Switch. I could just imagine this. He'd be like T-posing the whole time. Like floating everywhere. Or it might just like break down. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Switch, but some games it just seems like don't work as well on it.
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir, and this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of San Bakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more. We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then...
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
That there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the Pensive.
Before the witch from the last Pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next Pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Sirona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies, yes, sir.
Before you go...
Charles, yes?
Professor?
Have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path?
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them.
That kills me. But yeah, Twisted, thanks for being here again and the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're getting some good pizza. Some local place or something. But enjoy it. Oh, look how beautiful. The leaves, the birds, the Hogwarts. Beautiful. That's one thing I like with this too, is that they don't make you have to like go to sleep. So you don't have to do like, I don't know, like the days in regular time, I guess. If that makes sense. Like some games will make you have to like go to bed and eat and all that. This one doesn't make you do that, thankfully. But alrighty, chat. We're gonna stop here.
I should ask Sirona.
Oh my gosh, why? It always does that. Gets ready to say something and then I click into the menu.
About the...
I've got spectacular news. The broom upgrade's ready. Stop by the shop when you can.
Okay, Albie.
I hope you will come and see me about a pressing and highly confidential matter at your
Who's that?
earliest convenience.
I don't even think we've met that
I
person.
believe that we may be able to help each other.
I don't know who Gladwin Moon is. Okay. Like I said, chat, we're gonna stop here. We will raid out
me after class once you have completed the tasks I've set for you. I would like to teach you Descendo, useful for pulling objects to the ground.
My teacher wants to talk to us right now. The game. Oh no, it's been 34 seconds since we saved. Alright, chat, we're gonna raid out. No roses on Monday. I'm not usually so on this late, so I'm sure she's probably doing some artwork. I know she had a like sponsor. I don't know if it's still going on. Food service or something. I was gonna say, oh no. But all right, chat. I want to thank everybody so much for tuning into the stream today. I'm really enjoying this game. The only thing I don't like is how long the load screens are, but what are you gonna do when there's so much going on in a game? I mean, it's bound to happen. But thank you guys to Astro and Twisted for the resubs. I appreciate it so much. I just appreciate everybody being here, but I hope everybody has a great day. We're gonna raid out to Rosa. You guys know her. She makes pretty much all my emotes. But have a great day, everybody. We're gonna check out what she's making. Bye. Thanks for the birthday wishes, everybody.